معروف.
Because I don't have one style, I have about 20 styles.
Today marks the first day of the first week of me doing The Artist Way. I just finished writing my morning pages. This isn't my first time writing morning pages. I used to do them a while ago, but not like really consistently. You're supposed to write 3 pages every day in like stream of conscious. Every single thing that pops into your mind, whatever it is. And I really like this exercise because it really allows you to be messy and imperfect and bad at writing, actually, which is a beautiful thing. Oftentimes in our daily lives, we don't really allow ourselves to be imperfect, especially like when presenting ourselves to other people. We always want to at least appear to be really put together in a way, crafting perfect thoughts, say smart things and clever things. We are constantly afraid of being judged and being perceived wrongly by the other person. And I think this exercise is really good to just allow yourself to exist without pressure and judgment and just like write it all out and not even think about it. And every now and then through the messiness, there's like one good idea that pops out. And so whatever perception you might have of the things that you wrote today, it doesn't really matter, because you're not going to read them, at least not for now. And maybe when you do read it in a few weeks or months, you might actually find some insightful things, and you're probably going to be kinder to yourself as well in the struggles that you were feeling at that time. So I used to write them in here, but I wanted to get a notebook where I could do all of the other exercises in the same place. So this is going to be like my Artist Way notebook. I don't think you're really supposed to do everything in one place, but I'm going to do it. The title of the first week is Recovering a Sense of Safety, which is all about working with the shadow and your shadow artist. And all of these exercises are supposed to help you like uncover the artist within you that's been hiding. I'm looking forward to the other exercises, but also I'm a bit, I wouldn't say scared, but there's definitely some fear there. And I think like my biggest fear is the fear of failure. And I really don't want to fail this. Okay. We're having one of those days where the light changes every 2 seconds, so please bear with me. So it's actually May now. It's almost the end of the month, and things have been a little weird. I've been dealing with some weird health issues. It started back in March, and I still have yet to figure out exactly what's happening. But because of that, I had to put a bunch of things on pause The Artist Way included. I think I stopped after the first week. I will get back to it eventually, but there was a moment there where I was extremely scared and anxious. And so I kind of just stopped everything and tried to prioritize my health and well-being and try to figure out exactly what is going on. Yeah, it's been a really strange time. And the season started so good, right? I felt so good, but as weeks went by, life took a bit of a turn and it became a season of anxiety and fear. And now it's the end of May, soon spring will be over, and I feel like I haven't really accomplished the things that I promised myself I would this season, which is extremely frustrating. And I knew that I had to prioritize my health, but it still kind of sucks that all my plans kind of went to shit. I've been seeing doctors, doing exams, or trying to schedule exams, that's more like it. But unfortunately, I don't have any real conclusions yet. All I can say is that I started having very sudden vertigo and dizziness moments back in March. It started very mildly and sporadically, and now it's been kind of constant. And some days it's really intense and I can't move around easily without having to grab onto something because I'm afraid of falling. Other days is kind of mild but still pretty exhausting. And there are also days where I don't have it at all. So I don't know, it's a very strange thing that is happening and I'm still trying to make sense of it, trying to figure out what triggered it. Overall, it's just been really, really tiring. And so far, my experience in trying to figure things out has been a very frustrating one. I feel like in all my years living in Germany, I still have yet to have a good experience at a doctor's office. I feel like I'm never really taken seriously. I don't feel like they examine me properly. And maybe I've been unlucky in all the 10 years I've been here. I would like to be proven wrong. But yeah, so far my experience has been kind of shitty. And another thing is that here in Berlin especially, it's extremely difficult to schedule appointments. The system is so chaotic and crowded here that a lot of the doctors aren't taking any new patients in their practice, even if you have a referral from a GP. The healthcare system here is something that I find very hard to understand. I think it's a very unjust system because, you pay a buttload of money for the public health insurance, but it seems that the system is designed to be in favor of those who can afford private healthcare, which really sucks. I have yet to find logic to it. And I know some of you might be surprised to hear this because I feel like the German public healthcare system has a big reputation outside of European countries, I guess. It's usually very praised, but I think the reality of it is very different and I do find it very unjust. For example, one of the exams that I've been trying to schedule is something very specific, and the other day I was making some calls and actually Zay, I think, called this place to try to schedule it. And the lady on the phone told him that there weren't any more slots available for people who come from the public healthcare system. But if by any chance we were to have private insurance or pay the exam out of our own pocket, which by the way was 600 euros, we could have an appointment next week. It makes me so angry. It's really appalling to me how any of this is legal, but yeah, I guess it's the way the system works. And every time I criticize this system, there's always like a person who tells me like, oh, at least you have healthcare. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I think it's a privilege. I mean, it shouldn't be a privilege to have access to healthcare, but unfortunately it seems to be in this day and age. I know in some countries it's worse. I know there are a lot of countries out there where people don't even have access to healthcare. In some places it's worse, in other places it's better. And there's really no perfect system. And sure, we can compare, but at what point that becomes like just an excuse to avoid progress? Is it really that bad that I want things to be better? Is it really that bad that I wish we had a more fair system for everybody. I mean, shouldn't we always strive to make things better? Isn't that like the whole point of living? Anyway, this whole topic just makes me really angry. Anyway, I wanted to share this because on my last video, I made a bunch of promises that I have yet to follow through. And for me, it would just be weird to continue making videos and pretend like nothing is happening, only showing you the good parts, when the reality is that most days I've been consumed by fear and anxiety and anger and lots of frustration because I don't know what's happening to me. And I just wish it wasn't so hard to schedule appointments with doctors and exams. I just live in constant fear that things are gonna get worse. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I've been eating this breakfast almost every single day for the past month. It's just some soy yogurt with homemade granola and some type of fruit. I feel like I really scored this week because all the berries were on sale at the supermarket. So I got one of each. They're not the sweetest, but it's still pretty good. I'm a bit obsessed with this granola recipe. This is based off a recipe from 11 Medicine, which is a fancy vegan Michelin star restaurant in New York. I think they were the first ones to make the transition to become fully vegan and being able to keep the Michelin star. When me and Zay went to New York a couple of years ago, we actually saved a little bit of money to eat at the restaurant. And it was such a nice experience. We didn't do the full menu because that was like super expensive, but they have like an option to do a shorter version of the menu. And basically you go there and you sit at the bar area and it's like a 7-course meal or something. Anyway, at the end they gave us like granola jars with granola that they make there. And I kid you not, it's like the most delicious granola I've ever had in my whole life. And recently I found that they actually shared the recipe with the New York Times magazine or something. And so I've been recreating my own version of that recipe. The original recipe is so sweet. It has a high sugar content and it is delicious, but it feels like more of a treat to have from time to time. And so I've been adapting the recipe to make it a little less sweet, but also like with a higher protein content so that I can have it for breakfast every single day. It's like the perfect blend of flavors, super crunchy, it's sweet and salty at the same time, and also a bit tart and acidic because it has sour dried cherries. Both me and Zay have been eating it nonstop. I made 2 batches this month already and I'm almost running out. I'm gonna have to do some more later today. It's really, really good. Bye.